Hey there, Internet. Good morning. I'm Heather Brown. This is CBSN Minnesota's Morning Update. Grab that coffee, grab that tea. Let's get you up to speed on the news and the weather for today. Beautiful, bright, sunny forecast all throughout the day. Riley tells us it's going to be warm by these winter standards. Noon, meteorological winter standards, noon 37 degrees by 4, just down to 36 degrees. That sun sure warms everything up. Today, a good day to get out and get some vitamin D. Now, let's talk about this. Holodazzle. Even though Minneapolis is going virtual this year, there's still lots of ways to celebrate. We had a sighting earlier this morning. Look at that guy, one of the event's ambassadors in town. This is the elusive snowy Yeti, first introduced to Holodazzle last year. This year, he's hanging out in PV Park. He's sporting a COVID mask. Of course, HAL 2020, also known as the Abominable Snowman. This guy is huge. He's going to be lit up for viewing all throughout the Holodazzle season. So if you come on down to downtown Minneapolis to see those beautiful lights there. Also, a lot of online events that you can take part in right from your home. Holodazzle, as we know, it's a tradition for a lot of families. So we wanted to know, what are you celebrating this year? How are you celebrating this year? Might you go online and do some virtual Holodazzle stuff? Might you just go around looking for Christmas lights in your neighborhood? Tell me. I'd love to know, because we're looking for all kinds of fun things to do, and I would love to hear what you think. If you're watching here right now on Facebook, leave a comment. We're going to read through some of those in just a moment. There is now a tentative plan in place for winter sports in Minnesota. Yesterday, the State High School League unanimously voted to continue youth sports. This is only after, though, the governor's executive order expires on December 18th. Now, if the governor gives the green light for then, they could say they start practice on December 21st. But if it is delayed, the plan is to move youth sports to January 4th. And then once again, last option would be a January 18th start. So the hope here is that either way, the path could lead to some sort of state tournament for these sports. Student athletes we talked with are asking everyone to do their part so that there can be some sort of winter sports season. Some of them have kicked off a social media campaign asking Minnesotans to mask up so that they can play later this month.
We're asking the people to wear masks and social distance.
It's kind of one last chance to do what you love to do. Just let us have one thing, just please.
So if the governor does allow winter sports to happen, it'll be up to every individual school and district to decide, do they want to participate or not? A lot of high school sports teams have already started virtual practices over Zoom, and the idea is that they would hope to have some sort of season. A positive step forward in Minnesota's fight against COVID-19. Governor Tim Walz says that in just 1 week since it launched, more than 230,000 Minnesotans have downloaded the state's new exposure notification app. It's called COVID Aware. It is free. It works by generating an anonymous key for your phone so you can determine if you've been around anyone else on the app who has also tested positive. So we are one step closer to the first COVID-19 vaccines being administered this morning. Trucks delivered the first load of Pfizer's vaccines. This is in the UK. That happened yesterday. The first country to approve any COVID-19 vaccine so far. Now, no word on how many were in this first haul, but officials say that more than 6,500 doses will be there by Tuesday, and that people will start receiving them in just 10 days. Now, here in the U.S., the same vaccine is on track for emergency approval next week, that Pfizer vaccine along with the Moderna vaccine. So you've probably seen this video by now. It's a plane making an emergency landing on 35W. This happened on Wednesday night. The plane ended up slamming into a woman's SUV, and now that woman says that she can't get the noise out of her head. Brittany Urich says she didn't even see the plane until a second before it collided with her SUV.
It's so mind-blowing that none of us got hurt, that it was just the way it happened, how he landed, how he hit me, that none of us have a scratch on us. It's just unbelievable, because things usually don't end this way when it comes to situations like this.
So that plane was a small single-engine aircraft. The pilot says it was complete engine failure He said he was able to land on the highway so smoothly because a lot of training. The FAA is still investigating the crash. So you might know her as the TikTok doc. A medical resident at the University of Minnesota was just named the app's most impactful content creator. Dr. Rosemarie Leslie takes complicated medical topics and COVID-19 information, and then she puts them into these short, simple videos that young people are for sure watching. Dr. Leslie tells us that before med school, she was doing medical education, and she really loves reaching out to people, especially to teenagers. She says some of her favorite videos are about how to spot misinformation. She says that's especially important during this pandemic.
I love teaching kids and young adults how to learn, right? How do you look online and see information about COVID-19, for example, and say, is this coming from a valid place?
So Dr. Leslie makes the content for her 850,000 followers at home or in her office, and sometimes this is on top of her 80-hour work weeks. Warner Brothers turning your living room into a movie theater. This is super cool. Its entire slate of films next year will be released on the streaming service HBO Max, and it's going to be released the same day that it goes into theaters. This announcement comes as the pandemic is just keeping a lot of people out of those movie theaters. 17 films in all available for 30 days at no extra cost to Max subscribers. This move follows the announcement that Wonder Woman 1984 will be on Max on Christmas Day, the same day that it hits theaters. Queen of Christmas coming to Apple TV. Mariah Carey's highly anticipated holiday special is out today. She's going to be joined by other artists like Ariana Grande, Jennifer Hudson, Snoop Dogg, and Billy Eichner. Now, along with the special, the single and music video for Oh Santa, which features Grande and Hudson, you can see it right there, that's out as well. Already, it has racked up more than 1 million views on YouTube because you know Mariah Carey and the holiday song, and that's going to get the eyeballs. All right, let's head back to today's talker. We're talking all about Holodazzle, all about the virtual stuff that you're planning on doing this year. Lindsay tells us that this week we went to the Christmas in Color drive through Valley Fair, and it was wonderful. What a great idea, Lindsay. I'm going to share that with Riley O'Connor, too. He's been looking for ideas for his kids as well. Jenny tells us we like to drive around our neighborhood and look at the lights. Jenny, we did that same exact thing last night. We took a family walk. And I tell you, the kids just loved it. Just any kinds of lights out there, all kinds of decorations that people have there. Diana says, not a thing. Understandable, Diana. Staying hidden right now. I think that's what a lot of us are doing, just cozying up in our homes so we can get through these next couple of weeks. Becca says, every year we say we should do that next year, but it never happens. This year will be pretty much the same. I get that one, Becca, too. You know what we started to do last year? Make a list. And if you list and you cross it off and check it twice, then you're more likely to do it there. I think we have one more to go, and this is from Judy. I will be looking for events that I can see, like that list of light displays, possibly some virtual events too. Judy, if you are looking for all that stuff, we have a list on our website, WCCO.com. Our Marielle Mose did a story earlier this week, and she put all of it on there, so be sure to check that out if you're looking for those light displays, somewhere to take the kids, somewhere to just to get out of the house. Be sure to check that out on our website. That is your morning update from CBSN Minnesota, your only local streaming news source. You can find us on any of your devices by downloading the CBS News app. You can also go to WCCO.com. We'll see you back here on Monday.